Okay, going to our monochromatic notes. Today, you're going to be mixing the color that you chose. So, for instance, I decided I was going to pick orange was going to be my color for my monochromatic painting. So, on your tables, you will have buckets that have little cups of color. You have your primary colors, which are red, white, and yellow. And then you will have, red, blue, and yellow, I'm sorry. And then you'll have a white and a black. Because you're gonna mix whatever color you chose. I chose an orange, which is a secondary color, which means that I am going to mix my red and my yellow together to make an orange. Then I'm gonna add white and black for my tints and shades. So I won't even need the blue. So I can just put that to the side. You're gonna get a palette knife. Do not contaminate my cups of color. Don't stick a red covered palette knife in my yellow. This is the mixing tray. These are not mixing cups. Does that make sense? So to make my orange, I'll take my palette knife and I'll scoop me a little bit of color and it goes in my palette. Okay, a little bit. Take my water cup, rinse it, take my towel, wipe it off. Clean palette, knife. Now I'm gonna take my yellow and I'm gonna put a little bit of yellow in there. Okay, again, rinse your palette knife, wipe it off. I'll need a little bit of white and a little bit of black. Keep in mind, all you're doing today is painting those little bitty squares in your sketchbook, so you do not need a whole lot of paint, period. So I'm gonna take a little bit of white, clean off my palette knife, and then even the black, because black is super strong, there's like a teeny tiny bit in the cup itself. You literally can just dip the tip of your palette knife and just put that in there. Rinse, clean off. Okay, so now I've got all my colors. Now I can put the palette knife down for somebody else to use. Okay, I'm gonna take my brush. You always want your brush to be moist, meaning that you're gonna dip it in your water cup and get some water on it. You don't want a completely dry brush, but just kind of dab it so that way it's not dripping. I gotta make my orange first because out of that orange, I'm gonna mix white and black to make the tints and the shades. So I'm gonna take my yellow, put it right here, take a little bit of my red. Well, that's too much red. And now I'm gonna mix. Remember, red is a whole lot stronger than yellow, so you need less red than you think you need. Go ahead and mix your color until you don't see the streaks of the two other colors. You just see one solid orange. Do we like that orange? Yes or no? Yes? So you can look at it and go, maybe I want it a little bit more red in there. So then I would just kind of tap in there and add a little bit more red if I needed a little more like a Halloween orange. So now I've got orange, right? That's my color. And I'm gonna paint that right in here. Now, I'm gonna make the tints. So I'm gonna take some of my orange, I'm gonna put it to the side, and I'm gonna take a little bit of white, and I'm gonna mix it in there. If it's not making enough of a difference, then I'm going to take a little bit more white and add it in there. And you're going to mix it until it's a nice pastel orange, and you're going to paint it in there. The next one, you're going to add more white to it to lighten it up even more, and then paint it right in there. Okay, clean your brush, because now you're going to the black, and you don't want white mixed around in there. So I'm going to rinse off my brush in my water bucket, wipe off my brush. I'm going to go back to my original orange that I made. Put some to the side, and you only need a small, teeny tiny amount of black because it's going to change it fast. And just FYI, if you chose yellow or you chose orange, it's going to be baby poop colors. So then you're going to paint your first shade. And then once you've done that, you'll add a little bit more black. And then you'll paint your last shade. And yes, it will look like straight black, but it'll have a warm tone to it, which is fine because whenever you do your monochromatic drawing or painting, there's going to be a real dark area. So you need a dark area. It's still monochromatic. Okay, do we have any questions about this procedure?